Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the Grainer SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Fanart Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for the last year and counting, because the daily stream streak still remains strong, I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we will be here for the next approximately 1 hour and 40 minutes for today's Fan Art Friday, followed by some general Q&A. But before we begin our mainstream subjects, let me begin with a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, Intern Tambari, congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Meanwhile, Chesta Factory, Sleepless Dragon, Legendary Doge, Amber, Creepypasta George Harrison, 369 Destroyer, Dr. Frogman, Titanborn, Selma Beatriz, Lone Claw, Blue Phantom, Kitty Fly, Black Phoenix. Everybody who I've just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, Dr. Val, 100 stars, Ghost Rider, Kelmsford Invictus, Hotel California, Minty Andrea, 953, Lull 45, Onery, Ethics Committee, and Light Steve. All of you, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here today just for being you. Now, today's stream is sponsored by our friends at Keter Labs, who have just opened their Kickstarter for SCP Containment Breach, the movie, a live-action feature film adaptation of the game meant to be shown in movie theaters. Let us watch their little trailer real quick and appreciate a little bit of hype. Ambiance paused. Three, two, one. Esteemed guests, friends of the Foundation, beloved colleagues, humanity's greatest threat is not downstairs. It's right here in this room with us. And it'll kill you, it'll kill you, it'll kill you, hopefully it'll kill me.
Hi, I'm Zach Lona, director at Keter Labs. We're an indie film production studio with one mission: produce a feature-length studio. Listen, I love you, Zach. I'm gonna let you finish. No, I'm not gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let them go to the Kickstarter and watch your pitch. It's a good pitch. Go watch this beautiful man tell you about how he's gonna make this goddamn movie happen. Look at that SCP, I think it's 689. Look at that SCP-173. Practical models, not AI. That's a big fuck yeah. And so, if we go to Containment Breach the movie, you will see that we are currently, as of this morning, already about $8,000 out of our initial stretch goal. But let's take a look at for what we need for a full film. Because you see, they are running their pledges the same way that SCP Galleonic did. Now here they are. This is their 10-minute live action short, so you can see their proof of concept. They already put together 10 minutes of a live action film. They showed it at 2 different genre film festivals. This has already been to film festivals, people. And now we are going to try and make it happen for real, not for play. And so you see our poster. You see some conversation about the SCP Foundation. They have all sorts of good intel. Now here's our budget. Every good movie needs a budget. They have their fulfillment. They're paying attention to taxes and fees, which some people forget, and it causes a lot of problems. This is a professional crew. They know what they're doing. They are going to get this all set up. This is them on set filming the live action short. They are looking at a production timeline. If we successfully kickstart this thing, we will likely see it in first quarter, or where is it? Post-production theatrical release, second quarter 2029, YouTube release half a year later. The theaters always want their cuts, so they want a little limited time where it's only them. And if we're going to get them, then we need to do that. But let's scroll down to what we've got. The original funding goal is $125K. With that, we will get the next 10 minutes of the film. At $150K, we get that next $20,000. DCP, otherwise known as Decentralized Pictures, a Hollywood nonprofit funded by the Coppola kids. Francis Ford Coppola's kids started a nonprofit for indie filmmakers. The next 20,000 stretch goal is going to go to an SCP indie film team to make a short film, and DCP is going to match that. So if we hit the 150 stretch goal, we get the next 10 minutes of this film, as well as 2 more independent-made short films. At 200K, we'll get 30 minutes of the film. 40 minutes, meaning technically feature length, is what we get for 250K. If we get to 275K, they are going to add an SCP exposure to the film. The backers will get to vote on a list of SCPs to pick one to put in the movie. Choices to put it in the movie. What could it be? Could it be Mallow? Could it be Jeff? Could it be SCP Spooky-J? We don't know. Could be a lot of things. We get 60 minutes for 325. We get an upgraded shoot of the opening sequence for 400K, which will be very good, because that means we get rid of that damned amulet. If you know, you know. 450 means we get the full movie at indie film quality, meaning similar to the 10-minute proof of concept. So 450 is our full movie first goal. That's what we're aiming for first and foremost. That's what we need. We will get an extra scene with a mobile task force, tactical stunt, and practical effects scene versus anomalies and things in the breach if we get another 50K. They will put a whole action sequence in the movie extra for that. At 550, they're going to hire a named actor to get the cameo. Do we need a name actor? Not for the project itself. We can do it indie. But if we get someone with a big name, it gives us a lot more likelihood the theaters will pick us up. Let's get it to go. We add another SCP from the backer voting list at 600K. And the named actor will get a much bigger supporting role if we make it to 650. The practical effects replacing CGI is another 50K, and trust me, we want to go practical if we can. It's so much better than CGI. Full feature studio level. If we get 750K, this will be a fucking movie, not an indie film. This will be a real ass movie. One more set piece, we get more full-scale SCP set piece built around a practical location and FX and stunts. That's if we get another 150K. And if we get a $1 million donation total, we get a name actor as the lead role. We can pay that named actor to hang around on set for the full fucking movie. And so, intern Zambari, you keep saying Markiplier perhaps. If we can convince him that we weren't bothering him to make the movie, but to be in the movie, I would love it to be Markiplier. I think Mark's contributions to the SCP community, at least we need a cameo. At least we need to get the guy in. This is in the rewards. We are talking about certain rewards being patched between the different short films that will be released with the partnership with DCP. So if you will get one of the producer credit level donations where you're a co-producer or a associate producer, etc., you'll also get that on the short films that come from the DCP set. Now, here's some of the rewards for your donations. A digital swag bag. You get a Discord role. You get a PDF of the script. You get 3D model downloadables for those cool 3D models we have of 173 and 689. Digital download of the film movie. If you pay 25 bucks, you own the movie. There you go. That's a pretty good bonus. At 50 bucks, you get behind the scenes, updates, production stuff. That's really important for filmmakers in the SCP community to learn how to make this movie of their own later. You get a Blu-ray if you do the B class. You get $75, you're getting a Blu-ray along with your digital download. A class, you're getting merch, you're getting a t-shirt, you're getting stickers. Probably some other cool stuff. I don't know, man. A class though, 150 bucks. They had a site director tier. I did the site director tier. You know me. I'm site director of Site 42. So, of course, when it came to what we're going to do here, I went with the site director tier. And I'm getting the art book. I want the art book. The art book's probably going to be fire. At $500, you get tickets to the Containment Breach film premiere. You get to go to the premiere. Obviously, that's just the tickets. You're going to have to fly to LA yourself or something like that. But you get tickets to go. You could go if you wanted to. If you pay $1,000 for 3 people, or sorry, $75,000 for 3 people, you will get to do a voice line in the movie. They will put your voice in the film. You go down to $1,000, they will put you in the movie. Obviously, you need to fly out there and stuff like that, but walk on roll as a featured extra. You get to be in the movie. Producer credit, bigger producer credit. You can own the models that have been used in the movie, 689 and 173, if you go all the way to the bottom. And so if you want those cool models, the official ones used in the film, then you go for the big swing. But suffice it to say, Keter Labs is making an SCP Containment Breach movie. It is time, people. It is finally time for an SCP theatrical film. We need this to happen, and you guys are going to help me. If you have money to donate, obviously donate. If you've already donated or you can't donate, share, subscribe, comment. We need to make this viral as fuck. This is what Mobile Task Force Psi 42, codename Signal Boosters, is all about. Puppy of Interest 42, Charlie. One day you're going to be the captain of Mobile Task Force Psi 42, codename Signal Boosters. You need to do this so that Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, is not sad. Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, will be sad if we do not get to have an SCP Containment Breach movie in theaters. And so, for this little baby, you need to share this out. Charlie says so. We need more people posting about this on social media. We need it on everything because the algorithms,
the more something is talked about, the more likely they go trending. We need to make this trend so our sweetiest pumpkin can be happy. Here's a treat for temporary happiness for the sweetie pumpkin, puppy of interest 42.
And if Charlie cries, then Nico will cry, which will make Desk really sad too.
And if Charlie cries, then Nico will cry too, and the desk will be sad, and I will be sad, and everybody will be unhappy. So, Mobile Task Force Psi 42 codename Signal Boosters. This is the moment we've been waiting for. This SCP Foundation film is being made by people who have made multiple films in the past. They are growing up as filmmakers, and they are trying to give back to the SCP community. They have the plan. They have the idea. They have the mission. They have the path. The path has been laid by Iron Lung, by the Amazing Digital Circus getting their finale in theaters, by the Backrooms movie by A24. If we do this, and with decentralized pictures sitting here watching a Hollywood nonprofit, if we successfully get this funded, Hollywood will be forced to take notice. They will say, oh man, we weren't going to mess with the Creative Commons because we can't own it. We can't own the rights. But what if they don't have to? What if this community is a wonderful ocean of creativity that they can come swimming in, drop a movie, get crowdfunded, easy peasy, and they don't have to do the traditional funding system because we've started something new together as a group. This is the way. This is how we do it. This is our chance, people. We have not had a chance like this come along. We've had smaller indie films, but this one has a chance to be a feature film. It has a chance to make it to theaters. It has a chance to get Hollywood's attention. Site 42 staff, I have been fighting for this for years. And now we have a shot. And you know me, I am not throwing away my shot. And so, Site 42 staff, you have your orders. Mobile Task Force Psi 42, Containment Hazard Assessment Team, you know what to do. Let's fucking go. I put my donation in. Keter Labs has my support. They have all sorts of surprises they'll be announcing during the Kickstarter. I can't wait to give you more news about this along the way. But I would love to see them hit $10,000 day one. Right now, they are at 76.73. Let's keep this going. Someone mentioned my glasses are off today, and yes, they are, but I am getting a little itchy, so I'm going to request my glasses. That way this doesn't become too much of a problem. Apparently, I'm not as healed as I thought I was. Do, 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 do. Rack a frackin' eye infection. All right. So, that was our sponsored segment. Me sponsoring Keter Labs' SCP Containment Breach the movie. Let's go. Now we move on to the stream subject, which is Fan Art Friday. It is, after all, Fan Art Friday. And so, we are going to proceed to the Site 42 Fan Art Friday email address. Desk has the Fan Art Friday rules and the email for submission for future Fan Art Fridays. And so if you would like to submit, follow Desk's prompt. Thank you very much for the assistance. All right. My eye feels immediately better. So, starting off, Fan Art Friday. Let me return our ambiance. All right. First on our list is Intern Gage. Intern Gage has brought to us
a perfect image of what I will look like if we do not successfully fund this Keter Films SCP Containment Breach the movie. I will look exactly like an angry Poppy Playtime entity. You will get the Garten of Ban on your ass if we do not get this movie filmed.
Very good, Intern Gage. Next up, we have Some Person Perhaps. Some Person Perhaps has brought to us
A frankly adorable portrait of Dr. Alto Clef and SCP-166. Frankly adorable is what I have to say to this. Great work, Some Person Perhaps.
very cutesy, very demure, very restful. Not something you often see at the SCP Foundation, but we can dream. Dark Duality. I like the abstraction of your artwork here. Allow me to show you SCP-096 in an abstract manner you may not perceived before.
Please remember this is an artistic representation, therefore you will not die from perceiving it. But this is 096's spirit through the medium of squiggles. It is impressive how you made these squiggles still have the appearance of Shy Guy in a way that we can conceive. Very good work, Dark Duality. Impressive.
Next up, we are going to Aoki. Aoki has brought to us another SCP-166.
We are double dosing on SCP-166 today. And again, adorable. Absolutely adorbs. Good work, Aoki. Looks very good.
Continuing on. Dr. Val has brought to us. Now, real quick, I forget this entity's designation. Let me get it. So first, we have SCP-303.
Codename The Doorman. 303. Blowing out your speakers. Blowing out your speakers. I do not want to be anywhere near the door the doorman is by. I don't like it. And then we have SCP-001, Clef's Proposal, codename The Gate Guardian. And, while this is, in fact, majestic AF, I do feel particularly bad for the Smoten. I feel pretty bad about the Smoten here. Majestic, the Smoten.
Dr. Val, very good work. Next up, we have entries from Froy. Froy has brought to us
An SCP-682 and an SCP-079 buttons. 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 Followed by a series of sketches of Dr. Glass, Dr. Iceberg, Radiger, who is not, in fact, an SCP researcher, but is just here for some reason. And Dr. Sherman. Very nice sketching. And then you also sent a link to YouTube for video, which I appreciate, since we know my terminal here is old tech. We really need a budget increase to get this replaced. So let's go to Froy's.
Guys, I'm going to get a haircut. I'm so excited. I'm gonna look so good.
Why?
Guys, I'm going to get a haircut.
Why did the haircut
I'm gonna look so good.
take Clef's eyeball? That's...
Guys, I'm going to
How did they cut off Clef's third eye?
look so good.
What?
Guys,
I don't understand the logic involved, but I can't say I'm not entertained at Alto's misfortune. Always funny. Always funny. Thank you, Froy. Froy, if you are present, I'm being told in the back channels that Desk sent your picture of Radiger to Radiger, who responded, and quote, "That is so cute, oh my god." Good work. Next up, Kitty Fly. Kitty Fly is our next artiste. Let's see what we've got here. It seems to be another comic.
Huff, Huff, I think we lost them. I cannot believe you actually got us out of that dreadful place. This is it! This is the part where we run away together and live happily ever after! Well, Doctor, I must say, I am thoroughly disappointed in you! What? What? These tests are great for finding cracks in security, but why is it always the Plague Doctor? Oh, yes. Catch it, puppy of interest 42, codename Charlie. Thank you for your assistance. Wait, let me tell you something. Yes, we got you. We got you.
Kitty Fly, is this available anywhere on social media where I can repost it? Amazing twist. Way to go. Hell yeah. Fantastic. Whew. All right, we got a couple more. We got a couple more. That's the one problem with Fan Art Friday, is because they're not on Twitter or Threads or Blue Sky or Facebook, it's not as easy for me to just like throw it up there and share it. I want to share your works. They're all cool. Next up on our list, intern Leha. Leha
Is brought to us. I believe that's Clef and Mary again. Clef and Mary on a Clef side. But actually, this is very serene and pretty. Very cool. Very cool. Close up on the Serenity.
Very nice, Leha. Very nice. Next up and final on our list is intern Zen. Intern Zen has brought to us
SCP-999. And what is that in your hand, 999? Is that another Red Bull? Is that another energizing drink? Don't you dare. Don't you dare be bouncing off the walls again. Whoa, whoa. But overall, very good work.
Excellent work to all of our artists. Thank you all for your intrepid work today. Thank you for your submissions. We will see our artists in the next Fan Art Friday, but for now, and I did see someone asking for a time check, today we have a current 1 hour and 13 minutes remaining for general Q&A. We can just hang out for a bit. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to answer the donations that came in during our discussion of SCP Containment Breach, the movie's Kickstarter, and Fan Art Friday, and then we'll have general Q&A for a little while. One second. Someone's asking a question about the Containment Breach movie in one of the multiple Discord servers that I have shared it in to get it spread around. All right. So, do. Light Steve, thank you for sending a floating heart to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they feel the love. Crispy Rants, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Blue Phantom, thank you for your first 2 donations to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Orange Julius on your way past the commissary. How are the 2 puppies of interest doing? Well, Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, is well recovered from yesterday's medications and seems to be doing quite chipper, as we saw earlier. Desk will let you know how Nico is doing as well in the chat, I am sure. 4 more days till 999 is allowed to wander the facility again. Also, how was your desk day and both the Puppies of Interest days, and can they both have treats? As you saw, we did have treats for Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, and I'm sure Nico is getting plenty of treats as well. Leuna, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a pack of Gushers on your way past the commissary. Mission complete. Foundation intern signing in. Well, welcome in. Glad to see you active. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday. I didn't want to seem rude about the movie. I just get nervous about this stuff, and I don't like the idea of SCP having a true canon. I am excited. Good news. As I had that hour-and-a-half discussion phone call with the director, Zach, just the other day, we're both very familiar that, and I've emphasized, there is no canon, definitely for Containment Breach the movie. In fact, what Zach is a little worried about is fans being upset that he is not staying exactly true to Containment Breach, the game's lore. There will be some differences, some pulls from the SCP wiki into the game that weren't there to make this their own production, which I highly support because, as I always say, and as we know in the SCP community, there is no canon. And so, the SCP Containment Breach movie will not be codifying a canon any more than Containment Breach did. Now, did Containment Breach create a reputation for the SCP Wiki that a lot of people vibe on? Yes. Did it bring in more fans? Yes.
Did those fans have to reckon with the fact that the wiki isn't exactly like the game? Yes. And so it shall be too for Containment Breach the movie. We will persevere. The SCP community is almost 20 years old. It will be fine one way or another. Amber, thank you for sending a floating heart to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they feel the love. Light Steve, thank you for sending a gold coin to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they will spend it wisely. There will never be a true canon, but with stuff like Containment Breach or anything that happens in Site 19 is 19 canon. But there will, no matter what happens with the wiki, there will be multiple canons. Definitely. There is going to be so much There's always going to be adaptations and slight changes and mix-ups and remixes. That's the beauty of the SCP community. And eventually, when Containment Breach the movie succeeds in its Kickstarter, and it manages to... what's the phrase I'm looking for? When it manages to impress the Hollywood types by getting funded, by getting into theaters, which no one thinks a Creative Commons property can, then more indie film producers will go, hey, this SCP thing seems pretty cool. The community seems to be willing to fund our projects. Let's make some SCP stuff. And then we will have more films on YouTube. We'll have more films in theaters. We can just keep pushing the envelope until we win. Containment Hazard Assessment Team, do remember our moderator is the blue name, the Desk of Alto Clef. If you see a message from Desk, follow the rules as Desk puts them down. Make sure not to forget to read them, because if Desk calls you out for breaking a rule and then you continue to break it, you'll be in trouble and you didn't even know because you weren't paying attention. Furthermore, don't moderate on behalf of Desk. The Desk sees all, and if the Desk chooses to let something slide, it's because the Desk has chosen to let that particular thing slide. Rune, thank you for your 3-month member message. As a level 1 researcher here at Site 42, we appreciate your membership and your service. Hi, Dr. Sherman. Have you played Subnautica before? Yes. And I didn't like it. Not because it's a bad game. It is, in fact, a very pretty game. And it's a very good game. But on the first side, I am much more of a, how you say, action-adventure gamer. I am not much for base building games like Subnautica, like Stardew Valley. It's not really my vibe or attention span. Plus, I am horribly afraid of drowning and claustrophobic. So I do not like enclosed spaces. I do not like being underwater. I do not like them, Sam I Am. And so those games are the most horror for me. I do know that Subnautica 2 just dropped, and I'm sure I will be forced to play it at some point, because Agent Goose, our animal wrangler, is one of those types of gamers. But I'm going to complain the whole time. I think it's trauma from playing Sonic as a child, and that music that plays when Sonic is about to drown is the most terrifying thing that has ever happened in my life. I don't think I've ever recovered. How did you watch Iron Lung? There's a degree of separation when you're watching it versus playing it. Yes, Iron Lung is both of the things I hate there, but also I wasn't there. Leuna, thank you for your donating again. Twice. What about SCP-044? Is that canon? You spelled cannon like a piece of artillery and not like a canon of books. So I'm wondering, is SCP
SCP-044 actually a canon and you're making a joke? Yes, SCP-044 is the World War II era molecular fission cannon. Haha, Liuna. Yes.
Yes, there is in fact that canon in the SCP Foundation.
Furthermore, you sent another donation. Thank you again to say, how would you contain Monkey Island? Well, if you played the final game, I believe they revealed that it was all tall tales told by the main character to their child. In which case, we don't have to contain anything because there's nothing anomalous. But if it were to be anomalous, in fact, I would assume that we would have to take Monkey Island off the maps. We would need to make sure no one knew to go there. That way we could send our own teams and study what was happening. Thanks, Dr. Sherman. That really helps with my thinking. I just get nervous about change, and I like the uniqueness of the multiple canons. SCP has always been a comfort. It's good that it's not changing. Correct. It is absolutely not going to change just because a movie came out. Now, will there be more fans who are like, oh yeah, I saw that SCP movie. I know what SCP is about. And we all get to be like, oh, you only have but an inkling. Your knowledge needs expanding. You need to visit the source, the wiki. Yeah, we'll all get to be holier than thou because we're the hipsters who were there first. Believe you me. Dr. Sherman, I have an announcement to make. The SCP Uncaged add-on to Minecraft Bedrock Edition recently updated. YouTuber Echo Soldier made a showcase on the original release and this update. Okie dokie. I know nothing about Minecraft, but I do believe that people who are interested in Minecraft would enjoy that knowledge and would go check out the YouTuber Echo Soldier to get intel about this scenario. So if you want to check that out, the YouTuber Echo Soldier is the place DJ has given us to get intel. Oh my god, I found Site 42 and all I got was a box. Could be a funny t-shirt. Lol. Oh my god, I found Site 42 and all I got was a box to live in for the rest of my life. Perfect. We need to share the Kickstarter all across other communities. You're damn right, Spirit of Hollows. We need to share this not just with SCP servers, but horror servers, horror social media. We need to share it with movie fans who like indie movies, who uplift indie projects. We need to stratify our efforts here. That way, we spread to the widest possible cadre of film enjoyers and SCP enjoyers to get this made. Remember, if we get $10 a donation, that means we only need 100,000 donations to get this film funded at the $1 million named actor leading role situation, which is way more likely to get it into theaters. Now, seeing that Site 42 has over 1 million followers, that means we only need $1 per person who follows Site 42. The problem is the YouTube algorithm does not push you to all of your subscribers all the time. And so we need to get the word out as best as possible. Hi, Dr. Sherman. Do you know what would happen if you bomb SCP-3008? Will it break the rules of our reality? Intern Pandagras. By bomb SCP-3008, what do you mean? Because, I mean, I assume in an infinite dimension, you could put a bomb in there, but I doubt that it's going to have much of an effect because no matter the size of the bomb, you're still dealing with a mostly infinite space. I don't think that's going to do much of anything, really. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. What did I just see there that I was interested in? There was a chat. I gotta find it. Hey, Dr. Sherman, for the Charlie mini comics project, I think I messed up Charlie's ears. I have them laying down on her head instead of sitting up. Do the ears usually stay up or down? Usually Charlie's ears are like Chihuahua ears. They are mostly up in the air, peace sign style. Intern Carl, ye traveler of worlds. Thank you wherever you are for whatever video you put a super thanks on, by the way. We appreciate your generosity from outside the stream. How is SCP-999? Intern Fella. If you saw the video I posted today, SCP-999 is just fine, and that person who was trying to eat them failed miserably, much to everyone's amusement. Haha. Haha. Dr. Sherman, as a theater kid, come back in the new SCP Containment Breach movie. Listen, intern chill guy. I'm in talks with the team. We got to work out details. We got to work out travel and fundage, but you know, the likelihood of me being in that movie is much higher if it successfully gets funded. So I'm just saying. If there's a will, there's a way, people. But we got to work together to make it happen. SCP has something to potentially hook everyone. Just got a friend of mine into it while he was fanboying about Gundam, and I sent him the Dragon Slayer. Very nice, 369 Destroyer. Very nice. Good strategy. Dr. Sherman, bad news about This Is My Jam Con. The entries will only get longer until 16th place. Well, then, I do imagine that we will not be reading This Is My Jam Con until Monday, when I have more time. So, a weekend of general Q&A before we return to This Is My Jam Con. How are you, Dr. Sherman? Well, Intern Moonston, I'm doing quite well today. My eye is not healed as much as I thought. The eye is still getting irritated by the light, but we are making progress for sure. Have you seen the Confinement reboot teaser? Intern Wacky Clown, yes, I have seen that there is a team somewhere redoing Confinement. I haven't heard from them anything yet, so I don't really know who's who and what they're doing. But if they want to talk shop and catch me up on what their plan is, I think I heard that they have the blessing of Lord Bung to continue it, but that Bung is not involved, the old team isn't involved, due to, you know, the very dramatic situation. Dr. Sherman, I saw that your channel made it onto the meeting board within the SCP movie. Will you be making an appearance? Intern Foxy, yes, we did have a small cameo. Being honest, I was totally supposed to actually be on screen, but I was so injured with my ankle and trying to deal with that I forgot to film a cameo. So that's my bad. But they did go ahead and stick our logo in there as an Easter egg. And hopefully, if we fight to get this funded, then our talks will be fruitful and I will get to be in the movie the next time. Fingers crossed. Let's get it funded and then see what we can do.
Mm-hmm. 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 What was the dramatic situation you mentioned before? Intern Ezra. To keep things very short and light, Lord Bung, the creator of the original Confinement cartoon on YouTube, a very popular SCP animated show, was dating someone who accused the YouTuber Quite of SA, and Quite came back with receipts showing that it wasn't true, enough that the general population believes that Lord Bung's partner was lying. And so that caused a very shitstorm of drama in the first place. And then not much time later, they dropped a trailer for episode 8 that was a musical sequence with a lot of, quote, accidental sex, which really turned off the fandom and made them figure that Lord Bung was wasting their money. And back-to-back dramas, Lord Bung just ghosted, closed the Patreon, deleted the channel. It's all over. Which is why there is a current possibility of a containment reboot, because with the Creative Commons, anybody can remix and reuse it as long as they finish the guidelines, follow the guidelines. And so people are trying to bring containment back, but to do it in a way the fans will not rally against. Guys, for your information on this matter further, let me just check it out. For future reference, there is a video on Dr. Cimmerian, friend of the channel, an SCP YouTuber. Dr. Cimmerian has a video called What Happened to Confinement that will fill you in with the details. We did get Bung's permit. Oh, Wacky Clown, you're part of the project then. Interesting, interesting. We did get Bung's permission. We've retained a good chunk of the original voice actors, and we're hoping to have the trailer out by July. I'm currently working on a bunch of character designs for them. Oh, you got the voice actors. That's pretty good. All right, yeah. If you want any promotion help for the project from me, let me know. We can talk shop. I've always been hesitant with Confinement because of how it went down in flames of anybody going after it. I know there was that Confinement comic book group for a while. I don't know how that ended up turning out, but I was always just afraid that the property was kind of drama tainted. But if people are making it work, I hope for the best. Coleman Fight, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a bit of baklava on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, what's your favorite type of meatballs? My favorite meatballs is Danish chicken meatballs with potato salad. Well, if you're going to talk to me, you got to talk to my part Italian background. You know I'm going to get that meatball of marinara. You know there's going to be some spaghetti, there's going to be some noodles, there's going to be some sauce. It's going to be a good Italian meatball. I actually don't know where to look for video projects, indie series, and other stuff like that on SCP. Do you have any suggestions? So, if you search SCP on YouTube, you get so many options that it's hard to course through. Let me start you by looking at the works of Andrea Joshua Asnikar, friend of the channel, who made a 4-part miniseries of There Is No Anti-Memetics Division, as well as a short comedy SCP black comedy short, and a come on me. What was the other one? A Class of 76 long episode, which is very cool. Bodies in the Water episode. You can also go to Dark Math Films. They have the pilot episode of their SCP Cadet School series, which is very well made. Then you've got, obviously, we're kickstarting SCP Containment Breach, the movie, as we speak.
In fact, halfway through today's stream, remember time check, we have about 50 minutes left. They are currently up to $7,800. So we need to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Holy lag. Unfortunately, I cannot control the internet, my friends. Containment Hazard Assessment Team, YouTube, and the internet do what they do. So all we can do is suffer through the lag storm to the best of our ability. Are you on duty today? Intern Quillen, I'm the site director of Site 42. I'm on duty every day. That's why we've been streaming for over a year straight without missing a day. Dr. Sherman, you mentioned you had Italian heritage. Do you speak any Italian? Nope. Nope, I am very far removed from my Nona and that. I was born in America. I am basically a American mutt. There's some Italian, there's some Irish, there's some Danish, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Am I hearing beautiful music in the background? Well, intern chill guy, yes. You are hearing the sweet sounds of Slowgramming by friend of the channel, Billith. Slowgramming available on SoundCloud, on YouTube, and on Spotify is a series of experimental music, some of which is themed after SCP articles. Check out Billith and the Slowgramming Music Project on your favorite music platform. Intern Powers, you said Dr. Sherman, big fan. Well, Intern Powers, I don't know. It seems to be an average size fan to me. It does not seem that large. We wouldn't want to be wasteful. What is your opinion on cosplaying? Intern Limit, I'll have you know that before I was site director of Site 42, I spent 7 years as a theater show director for the anime convention known as MetroCon in Tampa, Florida. I worked at the convention for 7 years. I think cosplaying is pretty neato overall. Hey, Dr. Sherman, what would happen if you put 096 images all over 173? Would you die? Would you instantly die? Is there a way to stop it? Intern Hammy, the question is, do you let 173 kill you, in which, yes, you insta-die, or do you keep looking at 173, at which points 096 eventually gets you? That would be pretty straightforward. I don't even know why you had to ask that. Are you not smart enough to figure it out on your own? Get your head in the game. Foundation staff are smart to be smarter than this. What's all the colors you've dyed your hair over the past years? Have you done full rainbow yet? Intern Chill Guy. So far, if I'm keeping records correctly, we went from blonde highlights to silver streaks to look a little distinguished. Then we did peacock colored hair. So we did a turquoise, a purple, and a royal blue. Then we did essentially fire Pokemon trainer with red, orange, yellow. We did autumn rain, which was blue, red, and yellow, but that came out as it came out as autumn rain, but it also came out as a clown wig, which, you know, clowns are a very respectable profession, don't get me wrong, but it is pretty funny trying to be authoritative on the internet when you literally have clown hair. And now we have this, it was very blue, teal, mint situation. Why don't you get Backrooms entities in Site 42? Well, intern Carol, the Backrooms is not Site 42. They are different things. The Backrooms entities are in the Backrooms. The SCP entities are in Site 42 and other SCP sites. What would be your first move when SCP-001 when Daybreaks happens, Dr. Sherman? Intern Labrador. Die, probably? My office is situated above ground, so likely being near any of the windows, you would insta-die. Wouldn't be great. But if you, if I happen to be underground, then it's just, lock the doors, try to survive, hope you have the supplies of food to get out of the scenario, because when day breaks is a pretty bleak scenario. Intern, Researcher Beatriz, thank you for donating 10 gifted promotions to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. If you are in chat and received a membership from Selma Beatrice, make sure to thank them for their generosity. And Intern Quillian, thank you for sending sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they enjoy the sparkle. Dude, I like your YouTube channels. Well, thank you very much, Intern Quillian. We're doing our best on these streets to spread the SCP Foundation far and wide. Hey, can Mr. Deeds give you a free surgery as your wish if you'd ask him? Intern Rosie, I guess that would depend on the expertise of Mr. Deeds in said surgery. Oh, I do believe we have another visit from Puppy of Interest 42, codenamed Charlie. Hello, baby girl. The chat apparently requested you. I guess they want to see you have a delightful treat. Look at the length of neck.
Nom, nom, nom.
So much neck.
Nom, nom, nom.
That is my fingers. That is not snack. That is 8 and left no crumbs, I see.
Tasty fingies.
Very good work, Puppy of Interest 42.
Nom, nom.
Congratulations on your thorough snacking. Very good. A growing doggy needs such things.
Nom, 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 nom.
Okay, fine. You can have one more. Jeez.
Yeah.
Lunge.
Doctor says she had good teeth.
I can tell.
Nom.
Nibble, nibble, nibble. Nom, nom, nom. Sweetiest pumpkin in Site 42, to be sure. Oh, you get a bonus. Friend Agent Charlemagne is here. Agent Charlemagne is shy and does not often like being on camera, so this is a rare treat. Mr. Jingle.
Hello.
Very good, Agent Charlemagne. Good boy. Why can't we afford better chambers? Intern Limit, what do you think about what do you want for the chambers? Obviously, we are limited by our budget. We're not a governmental organization. We can't take taxes, so we have private benefactors, as well as the patents on research projects that have borne fruit that can be released to the non-anomalous world safely. But, you know, we have a limited budget. What is it that you're requesting for the containment cells? Every time I see his bell, I think it's a Pokeball.
It is.
It is a Pokeball, yes. Agent Charlemagne wears a Pokeball bell. You were correct in your assertion of that. Dr. Sherman, is there any way that 106 was a mutation during and after using 035 since they both corrode? Intern Friable. I do not believe that could be the case since we have not seen since then a single human being survive being host to SCP-035. It is more likely one of the other two noted on the database origins for 106, either the young man, Tail, or the combination of SCP-3001 plus the Tail until death. What are your opinions on the half-cat SCP? Intern Not Main. It's cute? What kind of question is it's Josie's a nice half-cat. Half the cat, all the love. I don't have very strong opinions here. Doctor, is SCP-999 able to do mitosis? Intern Cho. We have not successfully seen that happen yet, but it is still young by all of our testing standards, so perhaps as it ages, it will learn to do that. Why are you still live, bro? Well, Intern Opal, today's research schedule is a bit different. We have, as a time check, approximately 35 minutes left in today's stream. If you see SCP-096 from another universe, is he Intern Zrabniak? 096 is an anomaly in containment. It is an object, not a person. It's not a he, it's an it. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation, first and foremost. Is it going to attack you or just catches you after 80 years? So the question becomes, number one, how did you see an 096 from another universe? Secondarily, is there an open doorway between that universe and yours? If the door is open, 096 can get you. If the door is closed, you're safe until there's an open door. It's simple math. If 087 is infinite, would you wait for infinite years for you to be at the bottom? Intern Carol, I would simply not try to walk down those stairs. But thank you for talking about the infinite staircase, because you reminded me that there was something I wanted to show you guys that I've been forgetting. When I go into here, I will be finding. Give me just one moment. Ba-boop-a-doop-a-doo-boo. Ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop-boo. Turn off the ambiance. Friend of the channel and SCP analog horror creator, Don Gendons, graced us about a week ago. I've been a bit busy and sick and doctor's visity, so I keep forgetting about this. Has graced us with analog horror SCP-087, codename The Endless Stairwell, as a video on the YouTubes. Let us, before we start, show Don Gendons' channel so that you know if you want to be a fellow SCP Foundation content supporter, you can go subscribe there. Now let's see what our Gendons is up to. It is a lot of stairs. How deep is this gonna go? Ooh, we're redacting things. The smell is unbearable. Uh-oh. They found the dash B. Yeah, you better run. Didn't make it. Surprise, surprise. Ah, stop it. Did not like. I mean, I did like, because it was good. No, 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 no. Don't you autoplay on me. I wanted one thing and one thing only. You get out of here, Moist Critical. I'm not talking to you. Yep. That's what happens when you go spelunking where you don't belong. Commenting on Don Gendons to like, share, subscribe, comment, and all those good YouTube business, because I gotta follow the rules that I do for you guys. If you guys are following the rules, I will not be a hypocrite. I will also follow the rules. All right, returning to the chat, in which we currently have 30 minutes left in stream. Light Steve, thank you for sending a thumbs up to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they will appreciate the positivity. And yes, Site 42 staff, good news from Selma Beatrice. Apparently, if I refresh, I don't even need to refresh. It jumped up all on its own. We are now over 100 backers. We are now nearing the $10,000 mark. Keep it up with the sharing. Keep it up with the money donations. SCP Containment Breach the movie is coming, but only if we fight, fight, fight. I love SCP as the context really shows humanity's fear of the unknown and anything that breaks our precious rules of reality, twisting our perceptions. Well, yes, intern Ezra, I too do not like the frickin' way that the rules of reality are not followed by anomalies. That's why we contain them, so humanity doesn't suffer the same dire knowledge. Was it approximately $10 per person to get to 1 million? Chest to Factory, if we did $10 per person, we would need 100,000 donors to get to 1 million. And so over the course of the next 40 days, we need to make that happen. And you know who else wants that to happen? A very good puppy of interest who is sitting down here for some sweet belly rubs. She came over, she lied down, she was very quiet and good because she wanted the attention. Here you go. Up, up, up. Whoop, you got it. Very good, baby. Very good, baby. You did go to work. I'm only 8 months old. And I am the sweetest pumpkin at Site 42. Goodest girl. Goodest girl. One hand wiping the allergens so I don't end up with more eye issues. I was wondering, since that is about how much I can donate right now for it. Very good, Chester Factory. Every little bit helps. Trust me. I would rather you, for this day, be donating to Containment Breach the movie rather than us here at Site 42. Site 42, we do require your donations as part of the budget to keep things going for us for these daily streams. But right now, priority is a project, a temporary project with a temporary funding window. Let's get it. Why does Dr. Sherman always wear sunglasses? Intern Ezra, I do not always wear sunglasses. Typically, I only wear sunglasses if we're partaking in the SCP-420-J as a celebration. But today, and the last couple of days, the glasses are because I have a medical issue with my right eye. Now, as you can see, it is much clearer than it has been. But it's still rather light sensitive, and the bright light that I'm filming in front of causes it to become itchy and blinky. So as of right now, I need to wear sunglasses during stream. That will not be the case forever. Using the abilities of SCP-3812, would we be able to kill/remove SCP-682? Yes, obviously, but the thing is, 3812 doesn't want to do that, nor can it really because it's suffering from its schizophrenia from being present on all pataphysical narrative levels at once, so it will not be useful for such an effort, nor is it inclined to help us at the Foundation since we tried to contain it. Where is that, Is there any way I can support the movie without donating? I have no money. Intern Ice Cream Con. Yes. As a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed Signal Booster, if you cannot donate to the movie directly, you can still help by any social media that you use. Liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, replying, talking about it, making edits, making clips, making memes about the project. The more it is talked about on social media, the more their algorithms will kick it out to people because they say, oh, this is an important topic. Everybody must know about this. And we can take advantage of the algorithms for this. And so as Intern Chill Guy says, donate your soul instead. But literally, donate your time, your effort. You can help make this a thing as a fan by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, chatting, clipping, making edits, making memes, share it with people who you know who like SCP, share it with people who like horror movies in general, share it with people who appreciate indie films. Make it happen. And do the same for us, because if you're liking, sharing, commenting, chatting for us at Site 42, you know that by proxy, we will continue to boost the movie as well. Do it for other content creators who are boosting the movie. As a community, if we all work together on this, it's important. Essentially, we are building a human version of a bot farm. But the difference is, We're actual human beings who want cool things. The bots do bad things, and they do useless information that no one listens to, hence it doesn't help them. Fuck AI and the bots. No, we're doing this the human effort way. Word of mouth, spread it around, do what we can do. And so that is how we get this done together, people. Cat Parawatch member, thank you for upgrading your membership with Site 42 to a mobile task force captainship. Congratulations on your promotion, and thank you for supporting the channel so that we can continue to support Keter Labs and SCP Containment Breach the movie, as well as other SCP projects as they develop. We've been at this for 10 years, and hopefully, if things go well, we will be at it for 10 more. The SCP universe is 20 years old next year. It is going to continue. It's going to survive, and we are going to make sure of it. Dr. Sherman, would it be helpful if I made a post to my 30 subs about the SCP film? Yes, Intern Coatman, because if you mention Keter Labs, SCP Containment Breach, the movie, then that is going to register in the algorithm as someone talking about it, as someone reacting to it, and that is going to push the subject higher in the algorithm. So yes, posting about it, even if you have 30 subs, is helpful. Exactly. Why did you start YouTube? Intern King, it's a funny story. I had a YouTube channel that was just posting SCP readings because I thought they were Creative Commons free to use stories to submit for voice acting demonstrations. I actually had a very good gig for several years before I got booted because of AI. But my voice acting demos were also getting seen by people on the internet, so I decided to lean into it. So it's a complete accident that I'm an SCP YouTuber, but it's been the happiest accident I could possibly think of. Dr. Sherman, your 11-year YouTube channel anniversary is coming up. That's right. During the beginning of our first year of daily streams, we celebrated my 10 years on YouTube. And so now we are going to be growing that further. As of right now, we're up to 9248 pledged of that starting. 9248, we are so close to 10,000. We are so close to breaking 10,000 on the first morning afternoon of the Kickstarter. Keep it going, Site 42 staff. We've got this. With a delicious hot chip. Oh, I forgot about the hot chip challenge. God, that was rough. I mean, not during stream. During stream, I tanked it like a fucking champ because I am the site director of the site, and I inspired confidence in you, didn't I? I inspired confidence that the strength of my site direction is in good hands. But wow, that really fucked me up for the rest of the day because that will make your stomach gurgle something fierce. What do you mean AI? Have companies been using it that frequently that they aren't even considering hiring amateurs anymore? Captain Gilbert, I was talking about in that sense, AI bot farms. People who bought their views or bought their accounts because they can't get organic human people to like their work. We're better than that, is what I'm saying. Hold on one sec. My bracelet came untied. What is your favorite SCP? Intern King. The end of stream is in about 19 minutes. And at the end of stream, I always traditionally around these parts tell the chat my favorite SCPs as recommendations. Now, if you want to wait 19 minutes, then you can know my favorite SCPs. Or if you want to cheat and go to yesterday's stream and watch the ending, you can know my favorite SCPs. Or you can donate a super chat and I'll tell you my favorite SCPs. Whatever floats your boat. You'll know one way or another.
Fun fact, the dangerous SCP is SCP-096. It eats and bites you. Intern David, while that is in fact a dangerous SCP, everyone knows that already. And there are several more SCPs that are more dangerous than it as well. What was the first SCP? Well, Intern Quillian, if you're asking from the higher pataphysical narrative level above us where the authors live, then the first SCP ever written was SCP-173, the Sculpture, aka Peanut. But if you're talking about within our universe, that is unknown information. Due to the fact that there is no canon, due to the fact that the SCP-001 proposals either apply to the first SCP found or to SCPs that are fundamental to the Foundation itself, it's very hard to tell what the first SCP was. Cat Parawatch member. So the new Dr. Sherman plushie did not reach the orders number. Correct. I am particularly angry with SCP-5004-B, the President of the United States of America, for starting a fruitless war that made prices of everything increase astronomically. And we still haven't seen the worst of that yet, by the way. Buckle your assholes, people. The real shortage has not hit you in the United States yet, if you're a United States citizen like myself. And so be aware, the real price shock has yet to come. We're still in the pre-price shock. Ugh. But suffice it to say, that kind of interfered with people having disposable income to buy a nerdy plushie. So I'm grumpy. Wait, our own president is an anomaly? Trump is an SCP? Technically speaking, everyone, Donald Trump is not the SCP-5004. SCP-5004 is a demon named Old Gorman that was summoned years ago in a political battle, and it lives under the capital of the United States of America. And it feeds on negative energy, which there's plenty of at the Capitol, to the point where eventually it's going to explode. But Donald Trump, otherwise known as SCP-5004-B, otherwise known as the containment procedure for SCP-5004, is what we call a reality sink. Trump is, like Dr. Clef, a nullifier of anomalies near it. And so, by inserting Donald Trump as the president, we have given ourselves precious time to figure out a way to stop Old Gorman from becoming a magical nuke under the United States Capitol. Now, unfortunately, being a reality sink in most cases, Dr. Clef somehow excluded, makes you extremely fucked in the head. The dumbest ass of all times, which if you read the SCP-5004 document, or you look at the news at any given day, you can see that goose is hella cooked in the head. Which is why, by this point, I think as bad as Clef would be, still would have been a better president. Hashtag Clef for president. Fuck, is it going to explode with all that the orange is doing? Intern Andrea, thankfully, due to 5004-B's presence, Old Gorman 5004 is not growing anymore. We thought at the end of the first term, we would be able to remove Donald Trump from the presidency and fare better at containing Old Gorman, but as you can see by what has happened since, we have failed and had to reinstall the asshat back into the presidency, much to my chagrin. Unintended, unexpected. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some chicken tendies on your way past the commissary. I'm broke, but I'm loving this. Well, thank you for your generosity. Remember, never donate more than what would keep you okay. We appreciate your generosity. I do this as a side hustle because of you guys' generosity. If I had to work my day job full time, I would not be doing this. I currently share time between the two professions. And so thanks to you guys and with growth, maybe eventually I'll do this full time. But we're not there by any means.
And so I thank you for your generosity. That's what helps me. It helps me pay Desk, help out Agent Goose, Synth, our editor, our whole team. And so we thank you for your generosity. One day, maybe we will have those Markiplier unfathomable money numbers. Then we'll make the movies on our own. But until that day, we appreciate your help. But never donate more than you can afford to. If it would hurt your well-being to donate, don't do it. Instead, be a part of Mobile Task Force Psi-42 coding the Signal Boosters. Like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make clips of us, make edits, make memes, share them online, spread the word of Site-42 and the SCP projects we support, like Keter Labs' SCP Containment Breach the movie, which as of current posting is at $9,348 of its goal. We need to get that over 10K before stream ends. That would make me very happy. We have 12 minutes left on stream. It'd be very cool to see that pop 10K before I move on to my day job for the day. Fun fact, the most powerful reality sync on the Foundation records is SCP-6170. Less fun fact, it was Harambe, so it's neutralized. At least it didn't lead to SCP-6170-A, that would have been bad. This SCP database is too big, guys. How did I not know that fucking Harambe was an SCP and a reality sync? Damn it! I would have gladly taken Harambe for president over what's happening right now. I'm just saying. What is the most badass SCP of all time, Dr. Sherman? Intern, a Labrador. So, what you're probably going to look at there is either SCP-6101, the most powerful SCP of all time, known as Ethan Prosper, or if we go into the joke entries, you'll be looking at such SCP anomalies as SCP-777-J, codename Darkblade, the edgiest SCP-OC of all time, or SCP-1010-1-J, who is also the most OP SCP-OC of all time. 777-J is my preferred of the two because, wow, 1010-1 is -J is super weird and sexist and cringe, if I'm remembering correctly. Is Trump an SCP? Yes, book lover. We were just talking about that. Donald Trump is SCP-5004-B. Now, that's the containment procedure for SCP-5004. Now, if you want someone on the edgelord basement dweller incel spectrum of SCP who is not a super OP Mary Sue, you can check out SCP-5175, codename Death Knife, where a weeaboo mall cop gets control of a sword that contains the soul of a dead samurai, even though it's a Moroccan sword. And it trains him to wield the sword that destroys your soul. So powerful that the Death Knife can destroy spectral anomalies. It's pretty crazy. No, not our souls. This here's my friend Katana. You better not get in a tussle with her. Her sword traps the souls of the people she kills. I feel dirty. Mm. 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 The Doomslayer is not an SCP, but if it was, how would you contain him? Well, first of all, purple face. If it's anomalous, it's an it. It's an object, not a person. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. Pro tip. Now, secondly, the Doomslayer comes with a very convenient sarcophagus to contain it. It's gift wrapped in a box. We don't have to worry about it. Mamori! Thank you for becoming a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. You're helping us to win the battle against the white name virus. You're helping us to support SCP projects like Keter Labs' SCP Containment Breach the movie, kickstarting now with a day 1 total of $9,423. Can we, in the last 7 minutes of this stream, get it over the 10,000 mark? We'll have to see. After the shit that happened after reading SCP-8980, I'll happily ignore the it pronoun rule on occasion. Listen, 8980 is pretty fucked up. I'll give you that. You talk to your supervisor if that's an excuse for breaking the rule. Wait, day 1? This is the first day of the Kickstarter? Ice Cream Con, yes! Yes, this is day 1 of the Keter Labs SCP Containment Breach the movie Kickstarter. It started this morning. The time is now. We got to give it a big opening boost. That way people feel confident because people like winners. It's a psychological thing, man. Salesmen, con men, they do it all the time. They pretend to be richer than they are. That way they scoop you into thinking they're very cool when they're actually super lame. But we cool people can use that. We can show confidence and dominance by pushing that thing to the top. And so, Keter Labs, link to the Kickstarter. In fact, I need to, after stream ends, put the link to the Kickstarter into my support beacon so people can go straight to it. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do it right now on stream so I don't forget. Opening up my Site 42 support link. Beacons AI/Site 42. Beacons.ai/Site 42 is where you go when you want to support Site 42 as well as all the SCP projects we support along the way. So we change the link there. We hide that because it's dead. SCP Containment Breach. The movie Kickstarter. Show me the top. SCP Containment Breach the movie Kickstarter. SCP the movie is coming. It is now live on the Site 42 support beacon. So if you can't seem to find the Kickstarter no matter what you do, you can always go to beacons.ai/Site 42 to check it out. Because sometimes YouTube does not like links. And so if you can't get to the links here, you can go from the chat. What was that singing blessing my ears? Intern Hammy Boy, you can't stop a theater kid from theater kidding. What is your opinion on BFDI? Intern Limit, I do not know what BFDI is. What is BFDI? Is it Bofidis nuts in it? I'm not sure what that initial stands for. Is it Bofidis nuts in it? Intern Dr. John Smith, thank you for sending 3 gold doubloons to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will utilize them to support the SCP Containment Breach the Movie Kickstarter. Dr. Sherman is/was a theater kid. Well, I guess now pushing 40, you'd call me a theater adult, but yes. BFDI means Battle for Dream Island and is similar to Total Drama Island. Okay, I'm not familiar with that at all, so I have no opinions. But the both of these nuts in it was pretty funny. Do you read me? Do you read me? Site 42 staff. Site 42 staff, we are 40. All right, I have pinned the link in the chat for people to go to the Kickstarter. And if that's not working, go to Site 42. Go to beacons.ai/site42. Remember, beacons.ai/site42. It's where you'll always find the SCP projects we are supporting, Dr. Sherman's other Site 42 social media sites, so you can follow and like, share, subscribe to us elsewhere, so we can boost our signal. Sorry, 079 got a little pissy with me, but we're back in order. Dr. Sherman, is adding researcher audio notes a good addition to the article in your opinion for that SCP I've been hammering for months? Sure, researcher audio notes are a common thing. You can do a lot more as in an audio log format with having your person monologue and record their thoughts. And so that's a great way to get exposition to the chat, to the reader pretty well. And you can either do it with text audio logs as is standard, or you can record your own audio logs if you want, or get a voice actor to do it. Okay, Site 42 staff, we have reached the end of today's stream. And as a final click on the Containment Breach, the movie Kickstarter, it is now at 94.73. If during the outro it hits 10,000, well, that would just make me happy as all hell. But let's start the outro. As you know, at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. Of course, I'm not going to tell you that my favorite SCPs are the ones I personally wrote. That would be sheer narcissism. But if you do want to read the SCPs I personally wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There, you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed some voice lines or sound effects to. And while you're on my author page, one tab over from the SCPs I wrote, you'll find some links. Links that a lot of people ask about in chat, but then they just aren't clever enough and determined enough to find them. Just so sad for them. But not for you, because you, Containment Hazard Assessment Team, are very clever in that way. You will find that link. And when you do, you'll be able to make your way to our Patreon or our YouTube channel memberships to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the quickest way to help support Site 42, and we appreciate your generosity. Meanwhile, if you can't donate because you're part of the broke gang, do not fret. We are understanding of starving artists. We get it. We are an arts community after all. But you can still help us out by being a member of Mobile Task Force Psi 42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. There, you can help out by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, chatting, clipping our videos and uploading them, making meme edits, making memes and shit posts. When you meme us, when you spread our signal, and also the signal of the SCP projects we support, the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, the SCP filmmakers, like Keter Labs' SCP Containment Breach the Musical, kickstarting today to start. The filmmakers, the animators, the game devs, the merch makers, the podcasters. When you engage with them, you get them more viral. You get the algorithms to pick them up and put them in front of people. People will go, oh, an SCP movie? I did not ever think I would see the day. I better check this out. And then they look at it and they go, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to donate. And so because you made it viral, more people found it, more people donated. That is what we are here to do, Site 42 staff. And for those of you who are either on the money team or the engagement team, we thank you for your service. Donations while I was doing the outro part 1. King Tara, thank you for sending a 100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am certain they will keep it 100 at your urging. Cat Parawatch member, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as upgrading your membership today. Grab yourself some nachos on your way past the commissary. Theater Kids rule. You're damn right we do. The overenthusiasm, the earnestness to the point of cringe, but it's how you get things done. You gotta devote yourself. You gotta want it. I watched Andrea Joshua Asmikar's latest video on the making of There Is No Anti-Memetics Division. Damn near cried. I have not been on a set since before the pandemic. I want to be on a set. I want to see movies being made. I want to see cool SCP projects. It's so much fun. 100 stars. Thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they'll enjoy the twinkle. Whew. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one. It is a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, Content warning on the last one. It's a rough read. Entity Stickman, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Site 42 staff, this has been another Fan Art Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. Make sure you go help the Kickstarter for Containment Breach the movie. Funding, sharing, make it happen. They are just about $500 away from 10K as we sign off today. Hopefully we see that number grow rapidly over the coming days and weeks. But other than that, Site 42 staff, I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Thank you, artists who submitted to Fan Art Friday. You made some dope work today. We appreciate it greatly. Keep making art. That is our aim here in the SCP community. Be safe, be well, and as always, Site 42 staff, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. People say that we're born with a purpose, and that we're meant to make our dreams come true. But if our dreams start to crumble, they can bury us. Gotta take yourself out and push on through. They say that nobody changes, but I'm living proof that they do. Because I found the answer, and you can find your answer too. They made me think I was crazy, and that the fate wants you to stay. But now that I've found the answer, I'm never ever gonna lose my way ever again. Oh, 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 ever again. Oh. The credit song is Ever Again by Andrew WK. Get hype, get sharing that Kickstarter, and as always, Site 42 staff, be safe, be well, and secure, contain, protect. See you in the next video or stream.